I am investigating what makes an effective listener. If you want to be an effective listener, take heed of what not to do. Pseudo-listening. Pseudo-listening is faking it. You're acting like you're listening. You're even getting eye contact. But in reality, when the speaker finally says, "What do you think about what I've said?" the jig is up. You've been caught in your deception. It's not a very wise thing to do. If you can't talk to the person and give them eye contact and genuinely listen to them, it's better to rearrange a time when you may have the time to do that. But the wrong thing is to fake it. Don't be caught in that trap. Stage hogging is another no-no when it comes to being an effective listener. The stage hogger is the person who turns the tables and says, "Oh yeah, if you think that that's an interesting story, well then listen to me. I've got a more interesting story." No one likes a stage hogger. Stage hoggers usually don't have very close friends. People who communicate effectively are good listeners. And a stage hogger wants to be listened to, not to listen to others. Ambushing is another no-no when it comes to being an effective listener. There's no better way to let someone know that you really don't want to or care about listening to them. And in fact, they're not interested in being your friend. Unless you're interested in becoming an attorney, this concept is really useless for an effective communicator. It drives people away. Avoid ambushing. In fact, don't do it at all. Why is it important to become an effective listener? Probably the reason is the golden rule. We all know what the golden rule is. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. An effective listener is someone that others like to communicate with. An effective listener is someone who says, "You have something important to say and I want to hear it." According to Dr. John A. Klein's book, Listening Effectively, it's important to think, to feel, and to do. Effective listening is a skill that must be learned. Anyone can improve their listening skills by training and practice. From another article published in the Powerful Living magazine in February 2007, the benefits of being a good listener are noted as follows. Number one, good listeners show respect and in return gain respect from others. Number two, you will know more about the person and better understand them. This helps if they're your boss, your spouse, your neighbor, or perhaps a customer. If it's someone that you really need to have a good relationship with, being an effective listener is a way to enhance your relationship with them. Number three, you can avoid confusion, misunderstandings, and conflicts with others by being an effective listener. Careful listening solves crimes, and that's why I'm dressed this way. In Peter Hyatt's blog, The Art of Deception, he breaks down techniques in interviewing suspects of crimes, and from those techniques is able to identify ways of determining whether or not a person is telling the truth. For example, a husband is being interviewed for the murder of his wife, and he responds in the following way. I came home and found her dead. The interviewer, looking at that, might become suspicious, because would that be a phrase used by someone who was genuinely in love with this person? Number one, he called her, as opposed to my lovely wife or my spouse or by her first name. On the other hand, if the man said, when my sweetheart wouldn't answer the telephone all day, I came home to check on her and found her battered body and was horrified. This is perhaps a better description of a loving husband who is genuinely concerned and who is probably guiltless. So the art of careful listening can even help with solving crimes. We can all learn to communicate better. Develop the skills of prompting. Those are skills of using short comments to keep a conversation going long enough so that you can learn more information from the speaker. Develop the skill of paraphrasing. This is a helpful skill to avoid confusion, misunderstandings, and conflicts, and to help the person understand you better, help you to understand them better. It gives you and they the opportunity to review what has been said and to make sure that you don't have different interpretations of what's been said or instructions that have been given. Develop the skill of supporting. Many people communicate not because they want your advice, but they simply want your support. Learn how to reassure and praise people and offer them the help they need, but be careful not to jump to conclusions or judgments. All of these are effective ways to become a better communicator, and that is the conclusion of my investigation.